The NHS can save £152 million per year. Reduce the 7,000 patients waiting for a transplant, the majority of which are on dialysis, costing £193 million. If all of these patients receive a transplant, the approximate cost would be £41 million per year. Lack of action results in 3 people dying by the end of each day. Each day.
I think meeting someone who's been a recipient is vital. I think it's very distant from them unless they've come into contact with somebody or they've had a family member that's been a recipient. And I think that personal message is vital. And also making them realise that it can happen to anybody, any age, it doesn't discriminate. And so I think that is, really important to drive it home as well.
There's this great emphasis on students having a social responsibility in the wider community, and I think it's something that should be placed on their agenda. They're becoming young adults, they're responsible for what's happening with the society, that they're the next generation, and I think it's something they should know about.
What we found is that a lot of students genuinely are interested, and there's a lot of myths, and of course because we're having to talk about sensitive issues such as death and things, a lot of them don't want to talk about it or don't, they feel a bit squeamish or whatever, but I think that their response is always very positive, and as they see the talks you can see from their reactions how much they're realising and they're learning about it, and I think it's vital that we have the talks like this.
Dealing with people's lives, it's not just when you sign up, it's maybe not the thing you think about, but then watching it and seeing everyone's stories is quite
it makes
scary.
You feel like you're not invincible. It could happen to you. So
when my granddad had a lung transplant, I just took it for granted that he could just get a lung, and now I think I see a bit more that it's not like that. Like loads of people die waiting for organs.
Yeah, and it's so life and death, but then there's so little available to these people in regards of the organs.
Yeah, it's definitely made me think a bit more, especially when you're saying what do you want to happen to your organs? Do you want to burn them or bury them or donate them? It makes me think that that's definitely going to be the best thing to do.
We know that we've had students that have said that they've signed up to the register, that they've given blood, and that they've talked about it with their families.
I recently had to renew my driving licence and put myself on the register. I'd never done that before, and being in these talks has also hit home to many staff about their own responsibilities.
So be ready to help someone, because if one day you're in this position, you're going to want someone to help you.
I don't think there's any lack of interest amongst young people in schools in understanding these issues. What I think we have to do is in schools which have enormous pressure on them, on what's in the curriculum, actually to make sure that these issues, which are important issues for life and society, are issues that find their way into the curriculum because of the way in which they're being presented to match their curriculum needs.
Sadly, I suppose initiatives get put on headmasters, head teachers' desks on a regular basis, and it's a matter of choosing which ones to put into practice. Schools are often driven by the day-to-day needs of education in such a way as perhaps the important things sometimes get forgotten about. I think the key is communication of the importance of the issue at a national level, and if that doesn't happen, then perhaps at a school level it doesn't get given the attention it deserves.
Until every child is in a class being taught about the importance of donation, the work of the Trust will not be completed.
The best thing to solve this issue in society would be for boys and girls at a school age level to be educated in such a way as to realise the seriousness of the issue.
The work of the Trust is fairly straightforward. It realises that it can't promote donation itself, but it can apply the pressure on the government to make sure that it fulfils its promise to have an effective donor education programme in schools.